Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. Here is a video about principles in statics. The principles are not arranged in sequential order according to topics, but this will help you prepare for your quiz so that the needed uh, principles will be mastered by you. And I hope that you can answer problems to your quizzes or exams. And this part is this topic here. I will not mention it so that this introductory video will be used for the succeeding videos. So here is the first situation, and it is the simplest of all situations. So let's consider this body, and we have three couples. The first couple C1 is on the YZ plane, the second is on the XZ plane, and the third is on the XY plane. For couple 1, your right thumb should be positioning there, and your forefingers will curl in the same sense as this couple 1 here. Therefore, this couple 1 written in vector form is 600I, positive 600I Newton meter. Likewise, for couple 2, the positive sense of moment about the y-axis is in that sense. And this couple here, the curling of your forefingers would be in that sense. But this is opposite to the positive sense of moment about the y-axis. Therefore, this is negative. So C sub 2 in vector form is negative 500J Newton meter. Then thirdly, this couple is on the XY plane. The positive Z direction is forward. So if your right thumb is positioned in that direction, your forefingers will curl in that sense, which is the same sense as this couple 3. Therefore, couple 3 in vector form is at 800K Newton meter. Then for another situation, so if the couple lies on this plane here, this is the couple and this is 40 degrees. The if you if your forefingers will conform to this direction here, your right thumb will be in that direction. So let's consider the XY plane, and let's replace this couple with a double arrowed symbol which is directed in that direction so that we can analyze the X and the Y components of that couple. There's no Z component. This is 40 degrees as shown here. So this system is equivalent to this. This is couple 4 and the magnitude is 750 Newton meter. As I said, your right thumb should be positioning or pointing in that direction perpendicular to this plane here so that your forefingers will curl in the same sense as here. So since this is 40 degrees and the angle between the normal or perpendicular and the vertical is also 40 degrees, the x component is rightward in that direction, which is 750 sine of 40 degrees, while the y component is upward, pointing upward, and it is 750 cosine of 40 degrees. So expressing couple 4 in vector form using the components, C sub 4 is equal to, you just evaluate 750 sine of 40 degrees and 750 cosine of 40 degrees. So C sub 4 is 482.1 I plus 574.5 J Newton meter. So for this next case, we have a couple and the forces are parallel to or along the z-axis. Therefore, the moments would be about x and y only. So if we apply positive or right thumb rule, the moment about x is negative because the positive sense of moment is in this direction and the moment of the force is in the opposite direction. So therefore, it is negative 300 times 5 for C sub OX. And for C sub OY, the positive sense is in that direction, which is the same sense as the moment or moment of this 300 Newton force, which is 300 times 6. So C sub OX is negative 300 times 5, and that is negative 1,500 Newton meter, while C sub OY is positive 300 times 6, so it is 1,800 Newton meter. Then, in vector form, C equals negative 1,500 I plus 1,800 J Newton meter. The magnitude of this moment or of this couple is square root of 1,500 square plus 1,800 square. The other way of computing the magnitude of this couple is square root of the direct distance, perpendicular distance between these two forces, which is the diagonal of this plane. And the diagonal of this plane is square root of 6 square plus 5 square. So another way is we use the technique presented in the preceding slide, so that the if you follow right thumb rule, the double arrowhead would be pointing in that direction perpendicular to the plane, which is this plane here. So let's have that, redraw it. So this is the plane and the couple represented by double arrow. If you follow the curling of the four fingers, here is your right thumb will be pointing up to the left as shown in the figure. The magnitude is 2343 Newton meter. Again, one way of computing this magnitude is square root of 1,500 square plus 1,800 square, or the other way is it is 300 times square root of 6 square plus 5 square, which is the perpendicular distance of these two forces, which is this diagonal here. Square root of 6 square plus 5 square, so 343 Newton meter. The angle that this plane makes with the horizontal is inverse tangent of 5 over 6, and that is equal to 39.806 degrees, which is the same angle formed between the couple direction and the vertical as shown. So that the x component is indeed negative. It is 2343 sine of 39.806, negative 2343 sine of 39.806 degrees, and that's negative 1,500 Newton meter. And the other way, and the y component C sub OY is 2343 cosine of 39.806 degrees, and that is equal to 1,800 Newton meter. So this is, for me, the better way or best way of expressing a couple in vector form, so that you can easily analyze the components other than this. So the answer, couple vector, is quantity negative 1,500 I plus 1,800 J Newton meter. Let's have the last case for this video. Other important cases will be presented on the next video. This is the last. So we have here a couple vector, a couple with magnitude 900 newtons, and the axis of the vector is directed from O to A. So if your right thumb is pointing that direction, this is one representation of the couple symbolically. Then, or using the drawing or diagram, it is directed from O to A. So that couple in vector form is equal to magnitude times the unit vector of OA. So the unit vector of OA, because OA is directed up 5 meters, to the right 6 meters, and forward 3 meters, where 3 meters is 4 minus 1. So unit vector of OA is equal to, So we have 900. The couple is 900 times 6i plus 5j, then plus 3k divided by square root of 6 square plus 5 square plus 3 square, which is the magnitude of that axis vector. So using the calculator, C is 645.4i plus 537.9j plus 322.7k Newton meter. And this is our last case similar to this, but it is directed from B to D. So magnitude 480. So this is 480 times unit vector of BD. The unit vector of BD it is directed to the left 3, forward 4, then downward 2, where 2 is 5 meters minus 3. So it is equal to 480 times negative 3i minus 2j plus 4k divided by square root of 3 square plus 2 square plus 4 square. So this is the unit vector of BD. Using your calculator there, it is equal to negative 267.4i minus 178.3j and plus that value there.